Okay, so this video is a bit more of my own opinion, but hear me out. I think many young men out there should stop so desperately trying to find a girlfriend. Or in other words, stop chasing women.
Bro.
Sure, healthy relationships are great and I'm not against them. But what do we see in today's society every day? We see immature and unhappy people, hoping that the person they get into a relationship with will give them the happiness which they can't find on their own. In short, people have problems, and instead of trying to fix them by themselves, they think that a romantic relationship will fix it for them. No, I am not in a relationship currently, and frankly, I pretty much have almost no romantic experience, so obviously, I am not an expert, and definitely not a guru. It is only your choice if you listen to what I'm saying or not. Some of these things I even realized just in the process of writing the script for this video. If you're okay with that, let's get it. I am not telling you to never get a wife. It's possible that I myself will build a family in the future. I am telling you to stop hoping that a girlfriend will fix your life if you can't do that by yourself. Healthy relationships are amazing, but relationships created by uncontrolled urges or insecurities most often end up badly. Very many young men nowadays are wasting their lives on Tinder and other apps for quote-unquote making friends online. And guess what? Most of the time, they either don't find anyone, or their internet-made relationships quickly break down. Why is that? Because people can't focus on themselves. People can't confess that they're the cause of their misery. And they think they can't be happy alone. But the plot twist is, it's actually very easy to be happy alone. Let me clarify something. If you are unhappy on your own, you'll most likely be unhappy in a relationship. And relationships made by unhappy, immature people just can't make it most of the time. If you have a crush on someone at the moment, it's okay, go and talk to her already. But if not, instead of desperately trying to find a girlfriend, you should first focus on maturing as a human being. You can still keep looking for someone as a side quest, but never chase and never make it your priority. Have a life. When two immature people get into a relationship, they love each other at first. But when the chemistry passes, you see that they have gotten into a relationship because they wanted to receive something. That something could be happiness or boost in self-esteem, but they still weren't ready to give anything back. Fun fact, relationships and even simple friendships are more about trying to be the giver, not the receiver. Back to the point. Love yourself and be happy on your own. Realize that neither a girlfriend nor friends define your value as a person. You can be happy and you don't need anyone for that. Stop getting into validation-seeking relationships. They won't cure neither your loneliness nor the fact that you simply hate yourself. It's applicable both to a situation when you feel bad because you have no girlfriend and when you feel bad because you have no friends. It is very much a matter of your ego. Low self-esteem, or in other words, lack of self-love, plus inability to enjoy life alone. These are the things that make people get into toxic relationships and friendships. Of course, I am not an expert, I like sounding smart, but I will be honest. Many of the things I talk about I don't really live in accordance to. And as always, writing the script of this video taught me some of the things I'm talking about now. I have not much real experience, I am still growing, just like you. Back to the video. Although I don't really know much on how to fix ego problems, the thing is, now you can at least acknowledge if that's your problem. Basically, in order to love yourself, first you need to realize that pretty much all people are equal and that we're all special in some way. I mean seriously, no one is special in a way that he's better than someone else, but everyone has their own original personality. When you truly love yourself, you often start loving other people around, and thus start being able to actually give love to others. I'll probably try to study it a bit more and make some videos in the future, so stay tuned. And when it comes to happiness, it's very dependent on your mindset in life and on the fact whether you have something to live for or not. I am talking about that stuff in my other videos, and if you like such content, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot. Mature people don't need anyone to reassure their value as people, and they know how to enjoy life by themselves. To be mature, you need to love yourself, be happy, and sometimes embrace solitude. By the way, there are lots of historical figures who didn't have wives. Think about Saint Paul or Epictetus. They were doing amazing stuff in life and they didn't waste it by seeking validation from people or by desperately seeking marriage. Saint Paul spent his life on spreading the gospel and living as a good Christian. Epictetus spent his life on practicing stoic virtue. They had a purpose. And if your urges are your problem, in my opinion, you should really do nofap and try to basically stop thinking about women at all. I mean seriously, nofap helps you become healthy and normal again. And society nowadays keeps telling you that fapping is normal, but no, it's not. If you want to achieve more than the average, you need to stop believing what the average keeps telling you. Fapping is both immoral and unhealthy for your worldview. Oh, and there are also hookups. Honestly, they're even worse than fapping. It's a mix of vanity and immorality. Mature people don't hook up. They either remain happy singles or live in happy relationships. If your urges are the problem, find a purpose. Learn to distract yourself, but don't just distract yourself with TikTok or other hyper-stimulation. Focus on something meaningful. Meaningful distraction. Have hobbies and focus on your self-improvement. And if you keep being resilient with nofap and dealing with lust, sooner or later you'll stop being so bombarded with immoral thoughts. You will be free. In order to be free, you need to conquer yourself. If you relapse, get back on track. Everyone sometimes fails at something, but only the winners get up every time after defeat. And if you're a Christian, your goal should be to literally obliterate all the bad temptations. Back to the topic. Now, in my opinion, if you have a crush on someone, sure, go for it. As I said earlier, I wish you the best. But if there is no one in your surrounding in whom you are interested, treat it as a side quest. You can keep trying to find someone, but don't be the desperate Tinder addict. Have a life. Some people even completely stop looking for anyone, and they still happily find someone. I'm just telling you to not be desperate. Have different priorities. You should focus on your maturing and on your goals first. Love yourself and try to find happiness in your current life. Again, remember that solitude can be your friend. It helps you learn to live with your thoughts. I myself never really used Tinder, besides when I tried installing it once when I still was a kid. A few years ago I might have been a bit desperate, but now regardless if I will find someone for me or not, so be it. To sum it up, if you have a crush, great, go and ask that person out, but if you are the guy spending hours on Tinder daily, you better change your priorities. Well, maybe unless you are really old. My videos are for everyone, but here is a part mostly for the fellow Christians watching this. Value women, value everyone, but know that the most important thing on this world is your relationship with God. Saint Paul didn't have a wife. I mentioned him earlier in the video. He was completely focused on following Jesus. Paul said it's good to be alone, and it's good to be in marriage. Both are good. So it's your choice which path you choose. If you plan to get married in the future, focus on growing your faith, living a good life and on spreading the gospel first. David Hammond, very based YouTuber, literally calls it being on your pole arc. Grow your relationship with God first and learn to share the gospel with other people. Amen. Thanks for your time. Growth is our duty. Bye.